Good afternoon, Salem High School. Welcome to the Salem Show from our Washington County Community Foundation studios at Salem High School. I'm your host, Macy.
And I'm your other host, Hannah, and we are super excited to be back with you.
After all this chilly weather, it is definitely making me ready for Christmas.
Only 50 days left. I definitely need to start on my Christmas list.
Let's review some of the announcements that you might have missed.
Hat Day is today. Students and staff, make sure you pay $1 to wear a hat. All money goes to the Lions Helping Lions Fund.
Congratulations to Ella Haven on being named Salem High School's Heisman Award winner. She will advance to the state competition.
She is recognized by this organization for her commitment to sports, academics, and the community.
Seniors, make sure to check your email or the Google Classroom for the November scholarship list.
Mrs. Sebastian and her students are having a food drive to benefit the Washington County Food Bank before Thanksgiving.
Please drop non-perishable donations off in room 221 by Wednesday, November 10th.
Students taking the SAT on Saturday should meet in the front lobby at 7:45 a.m.
Remember to wear your mask, bring number 2 pencils, not mechanical, an admission ticket, your calculator, and a photo ID.
College Goal Sunday is Sunday, November 7th at 2 p.m. Financial aid professionals will be available to help you and a parent complete the FAFSA. This is a free event and is hosted at several places around Indiana.
The 2 closest places to Salem are Sellersburg, Ivy Tech, and the Clarksville Renaissance Academy. Go to thecollegegoalsunday.org for more information.
Anyone interested in joining the SLNN broadcast team, see Mr. Wade Swift in room 9.
Great opportunities to learn behind the scenes of producing a live telecast. Many jobs available like commentating, producing, filming, and much more.
Plus, you get into games for free and you might even get fed. Get into the action and join the fun. Our first basketball game is this Saturday. Come by and see what it's all about.
That's it for the announcements. Now let's head over to Carson. How's the weather shaping up next week?
Thanks, Hannah and Macy. I'm back. I'm Carson, your beast of a weatherman and part-time superhero. Let's move on to the weather. Friday, we got 52 with a low of 29. It's also partly sunny. Saturday, we got high of 57 with a low of 35. Your ley lines take on Seymour Owls. Sunday, we got high of 63 with a low of 39. Move your clocks back an hour. All right, Monday, we got high of 64 with a low of 47. It's going to be sunny. Tuesday, we got high of 64 with a low of 47, partly sunny. It's also World Freedom Day for the Berlin Wall that fell in 1989. Wednesday, we got high of 65 with a low of 52, 11% chance of rain. Thursday, we got high of 63 with a low of 52, 39% chance of rain, and also thank a veteran. Friday, we got high of 55 with a low of 40. It's also 32% chance of rain. Now back to Hannah and Macy.
Thanks for that cold forecast, Carson. Now for some community news.
Our very own Draven had a chance to catch up with Xavier Carr and Julia Casey to talk to them about the inaugural Get Shakin contest.
Today I get a chance to sit down and talk to Julia Casey and Xavier Carr, 2 SHS students that competed in a statewide competition. Thanks for meeting with me, ladies.
Glad to be here.
Yep.
First, what was the Get Shakin contest?
It was basically a competition put on by the Department of Defense here in Indiana, tasked with basically encouraging awareness about earthquake preparedness and safety within the school systems.
What was your motivation behind entering the contest?
Oh, Mr. Calhoun said we should do it and it sounded cool.
Yep.
Hey.
Pretty simple.
Yeah. How did you feel about the results of the contest?
We were definitely surprised,
Yeah.
very surprised.
Because we've never done this kind of competition before and we hadn't heard of anybody else that had. So we had absolutely no idea what level of competition we were getting ourselves into.
Are you surprised you got into top 3?
Yep.
Definitely very surprised. We were working on it till the very last minute, like the deadline was that day and we were still trying to edit it. So it was definitely shocking that we got top 3.
Take us through the genesis of the video. How did you come up with this idea and the process did you have to go through to achieve the desired goal?
Well, I'd say about, was it 3-4 weeks before the deadline that we first got introduced to the project.
Yeah, I think so.
We had, I think, 2 after-school sessions with a small group of students from the science club, and that was a lot of brainstorming, a lot of figuring out what we're exactly supposed to do. That's when a lot of the research happened. And after that, Snay and I, when it really got down to the time crunch, we wrote the script, recorded the audio, Snay drew all the pictures, and that's.
And I think it was like 5 days before the deadline when we really got set on one idea. We were still unsure of what we were going to do with the video, so it was a definite time crunch.
What did you learn creating the video, and was it fun?
It was a lot of fun.
We learned editing is very hard.
Well, we learned a lot about the time scale of things, and a lot about planning, and a lot about what it really takes to get a group of people together to do something. That's a lot of what I learned personally. But alongside that, information about earthquake preparedness and safety, even here in Indiana, I was unaware that it was actually, obviously it's not a huge deal here, but I wasn't aware that it was actually as important as it is.
I wouldn't figure it's a huge deal either.
No,
honestly.
it's not, but we still do actually have, what's that word? Fault lines here.
Yeah.
So.
Was creating the video hard, and how hard was it?
I wouldn't say it would.
It wasn't too
Hard?
hard.
It was just a lot of steps
Yeah.
that I wasn't expecting.
Did you get a chance to watch any of the other entries before they announced the results?
Nope.
And were there any videos that you enjoyed yourself and thought they were going to place higher than you that didn't?
We did not see any entries other than ours before they announced the winners. Now, after they announced it, excuse me, the top 10 videos were published on their website, and anyone can go and see those online, but we did not see any before.
Do you think the videos that beat you deserve it?
The top one was very cute, I have to admit. It was very
Yes,
cute.
a couple of the videos got the cute child aspect. So, but informationally, earthquake
think we did
preparedness and
good.
safety, it's all the same information. It's just how the videos were put together and the kind of polish and finish that was on them.
Would you recommend someone else to try and do this themselves?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a process, and you'll learn a lot, not only about the content and the information, but the whole process of putting a video together.
Any final thoughts or advice to anyone entering these types of contests?
Go for it.
Time management is key. Time management, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you again for talking to me today and to all of Lion Nation. This has been Draven Miller with SLNN, and now back to the anchors.
Thanks, Draven, for that interview.
Now let's talk about not losing sight in this Monday Matters segment.
Not losing sight of appreciation is more than seeing the positive. It is more than considering the things that we are thankful for.
Not losing sight means we challenge ourselves to thoughtfully reflect on what we would like our bigger picture to be, or our world to be.
It means using our awareness and taking intentional actions to create every day, week, and year throughout our lives.
So this week we are not going to lose sight.
We are going to be mindful of how we choose to find the joy in simple moments, individually and collectively.
When we don't lose sight, we take opportunities to consider how we want to show up for ourselves and others.
Now let's head over to Abby for the Sports Minute.
Thanks, Hannah and Macy. Let's get started. The Lions football team season came to an end last Friday night. They took one to the chin against Gibson Southern in Fort Branch. Good season, boys. Hannah had a chance to sit down to talk to some of the seniors about this season and some other things.
Hi, today I'm here with some of our senior football players for a final wrap-up of this season. How would you guys say you've grown as an athlete from your freshman year to now?
We've all learned to kind of play as a team, and we all understand we have a job individually that all sticks as part of a whole. So that's kind of the main way we've grown.
What's your favorite football memory?
One of my favorite memories was our Southridge game last week. I feel like it was one of the best games we played as a team together, and the atmosphere around it, even with the long drive, the fans were involved, and it was just a great game to play in and watch.
And our run last year too to the sectional championship was pretty fun. All those games were pretty good memories too.
So what was your favorite game over the last 4 years?
I'd have to say last week's Southridge game because, I mean, like Grant said, the fans, and it was a very winnable game for us, and everyone knew that we had a chance to make it, even though we were down and on the whole season about not being able to.
If I had to pick a game, probably be that North Harrison game where we played in the rain. Just so muddy out there.
Yeah, last year.
How would you guys say you've improved in offense and defense this year?
Offensively, we've been able to air it out quite a bit more. I mean, we passed quite a bit last year, but this year we've actually been able to throw it down, get it to where it needs to be. And when we're able to block, we can run pretty good too. Porter, I mean, he's a 1,000-yard rusher. So, I mean, our offense grew, our defense grew. I mean, there was still some spots I could have been better at.
But our defense is also like our grades. Like we have like how many starters on defense are senior? Nine. So each year we've like matured and gained more experience. So like I think sophomore year like and on we've matured a lot on defense.
So how did it feel to switch coaches in the middle of 4 years?
It felt good, honestly. I mean, I like Coach Hartsfield, but Thompson's my guy and always will be my guy. You know, I think it was a change for the better and for the best of the program.
Yeah, it was definitely a game changer. We don't have that veer right and veer left anymore. That was 21 and 22.
Yeah, it was definitely a positive change and change the program around for the better now. And the player first coach too, Thompson is. So I think a lot of players like that.
I mean, the wins can speak for itself. I don't remember the last time we was in the sectional championship.
So why was Thompson deserving of the Region 10 Coach of the Week award?
We had a, 2.3% chance to win against Southridge, and we ended up coming out on top with a team that hasn't lost in the first round.
9 years.
More than that, I mean,
Since 2006.
double-digit years. So they were pretty good. They have a good culture, so it was important to win that game for us, and it just showed what he does with his players.
Yeah, especially in the early of the game, we got down like 14-0, and you know he just didn't give up on us, and we didn't give up on him. It was just players and a coach being who they are and coming out with a win.
So how did losing players to injury affect this season?
It was pretty tough. You know, some of our guys, we come in and we take an injury and a beating, and we gotta go see Mallory and get stitched up a little bit in order to keep us driving. And if we listen to Mallory and get healed properly, we can keep driving. It just, we adapted to new changes, and guys stepped up and took the positions that were empty from the guys that got injured, like Keenan. I stepped in and took his position and filled that hole.
Yeah, we had a couple important parts of our team get injured and had to sit out for a while. Keenan sat out for a while, or he ended up being done for the season. Kellen couldn't play the whole year. Malachi was out for a couple days or a couple weeks, and so was Matthew Strange. Caden's been fighting through injuries this whole year, but that's the key word right there, fighting. And we just had to fight, had to have guys step up and contribute to the team the best they can.
So what's been the best thing about being with these guys for the past 4 years?
Memories. I mean, without being with them would have been a totally different type of atmosphere, I guess you would say, because it's just the way that we was able to bond, connect throughout the years, and be able to play alongside each other and be us with each other.
Okay, so we've heard you guys say words like gold-blooded and built different. What does that mean?
That was just Thompson's kind of thing. He likes stuff like that. I don't know if the kids are super about it, but it's kind of be who you are, be your part, do your part, do what you can to help everybody else out.
It's like a family, like gold-blooded, like all the football players are gold-blooded. We're all one unit together, all bleed the same blood.
How do you think your high school career would have been different without football?
very dramatically different. Very, very different.
I wouldn't have met I would have met, but I wouldn't have been close friends with half the guys in this room, and wouldn't have had near as many experiences. And football is another reason that we all come to school and show up on time and get things done properly, because we know we want to play on Friday nights. And it just kept the culture around here good, and I really enjoyed it.
Been a lot more fun too, a lot more enjoyable high school career, playing football.
So a lot of times we've seen you guys refer to each other as a brotherhood. What have you done to become a family?
Pretty much just looked at each other from the left to right and just told them that we got their six and everything, and we created a bond and told them we're going to stick through it and plow and do what we can.
I mean, it's nothing we've really done. We're always just there for each other, and every single one of them know that they've got this drive in them, that they'll always be there for you no matter what. It's nothing they've really done, but rather something they show and build up every single day.
How does it feel for your high school football career to be over?
Hurts. Feels like my dog died.
Definitely.
It's very
bad.
It's very painful.
It's not a pleasant
experience.
feeling.
I don't know if a lot of us have fully felt just the shock of it. I think whenever we start cleaning our lockers out, it'll be more emotional than even losing the game. But it's definitely life changing. You know, things are going to be totally different now. But
Man,
that's kind of the glory of it. You know.
Sorry. I don't even know what I'm going to be doing after school now. I have no idea.
Feels weird. We always look forward to next year. Every time the season's been over before, we kind of just wait it out and get ready for next year. And now we're all lost. We don't know what to do after school, and don't get any more of those memories on Fridays, and it sucks.
I would like to thank the guys for talking with me. This has been Hannah Fleener with the Salem Lions News Network.
Thanks, Hannah, for bringing that interview. Girls varsity swim practices have started. They are from 3:45 to 5:30. Now on to basketball. The Lady Lions' first game will be at home versus the Seymour Lady Owls tomorrow. JV tips at 6 p.m. with varsity to follow at 7:30. Let's go get one. And now an interview with Coach Hickey.
The 2021-22 girls basketball season is finally upon us, and today I'm sitting down with the head coach of the Lady Lions, Jerry Hickey. Thanks for sitting down today with me, Coach Hickey.
You're welcome.
Let's start from the beginning. What drew you to the Lady Lions basketball program?
I've been a coach for 22 years, and I was here helping with the boys when the position came open, and I had been a girls varsity basketball head coach before, so it was just kind of a good fit at the right time.
So let's rewind a little bit. Your team last year went 20-3 with 2 losses to the same team and an eventual 3A state champion. And your team didn't win a sectional championship, first time in 4 years. What are your team goals this year?
I think you start with conference and sectional. So as always, we want to improve every day. We'll play hard and hopefully have a chance to win the conference and sectional and advance beyond that.
The team lost 5 seniors last year, one being your starting point guard for 2 years, another player that played varsity for 4 years, and an 1,000-point scorer. How do you think those roles will be filled this year?
Well, we have 5 returning seniors that we have high expectations for, and then a couple other juniors that will come in and play immediate roles. So I think everybody will kind of do their part. You know, we expect Nat and Ab, their scoring averages to go up. I think Macy will bring a lot of scoring up too. We'll expect that our post players, Kaylee and Nat, the rebounding will be where we hope that they can fill the biggest gap there. And I think anytime you lose kids, you know, we lost 3 4-year players the year before, and everybody just kind of steps up into new roles. So I'm confident that we have 7 kids that can do that.
And then with your new set of seniors, do you have any other expectations from them?
Leadership is probably the most. You know, once it's a grind every year, and so when you're in your 4th year, you know our expectations, and hopefully they can solve a lot of issues before the coaches ever have to get involved just by their daily actions. We expect them to lead with positive attitudes, the younger kids look to seniors so much, and so when they see any sort of negativity, that rubs off on them. So that's one of the biggest things, is to just keep that positive attitude every day.
And obviously there are a lot of fundamentals and drill work that have to go into basketball, but what do your players need to have besides that to make a good team?
I think team chemistry is as important as anything. Have to enjoy coming to practice every day and being together, spending time together. Hard work and effort, great attitudes, all those things build a quality team.
What do you do to keep a high team morale? What makes your team different from others?
I'd go back to chemistry. I think that when you hear issues from other teams and in other sports, but then just also other teams around the state, I don't think many teams have the chemistry that we have and enjoy being around excuse me, one another. And I think that's so important, especially with girls and at the high school level.
Do you have any good or funny stories from this year's team that you'd like to share?
There are a lot. We have quite a cast of characters, so I don't want to get too descriptive, but let's just say they could fly us to the moon with the amount of gas that is kind of accompanies them. So.
And as we go into our second season of battling COVID, what precautions do you plan on taking this year to make sure you get a full and complete season?
I think just the normal things. Everybody has their own water bottles. We'll spend more time up in the meeting room, eating and watching film as opposed to cramped in the locker room to space out more. But it's tough. It's going to be tough because we are close knit and we're together every day, and they're battling each other every day and riding the bus. So, you just hope for the best, and we'll continue to wear our masks at school and do those things. But we're just kind of at the mercy of COVID.
What were some positives and negatives you saw during our scrimmage at New Wash?
Just like that we came out and played hard. We did a lot of good things, considering we had only had, I think, 6 practices up to that point. I thought we ran our calls real well and they were effective. Played hard in our press and caused a lot of disruptions for the other team. So I actually felt like the learning curve was shortened a little bit, and I guess when you have 5 seniors, that makes a big difference.
Going into a week where you take on Seymour, Crawford County, and Jennings County, how are you preparing for this big week against great teams?
We really just go one game at a time, and we hope that the 3 years that our seniors have put in has kind of laid the groundwork. And we just look at them each one. Seymour, of course, we know nothing about because they haven't played yet. So I'll watch film a little bit from last year and try to get to know some of their players from last year. But then Crawford, I'll go watch them tonight, and then we'll be able to get film on them from Eastern. So we'll have good game plans for the next 2 groups and be ready to go.
What will the mindset have to be going into tough games this year, especially conference and sectional?
I think the biggest thing for us is to know that it's never going to be easy, especially in conference and sectional. Those teams scout. I would say that we're probably the team to beat again, and so for the 4th or 5th year in a row, I think we've got the bullseye on our back, and everybody wants to take down Salem. And I remember we lost a game in the summer, and you would have thought the team won the NBA championship celebrating over there, because beating Salem has grown to be a big thing, and so teams will get up for us every night. So we have to continue to get up every single night.
Speaking of conference and sectionals, what will your team have to do to come out on top after losing close to both each year?
And I think we just have to be who we are and go play. Last year we were whatever we were in 20-3, and like you said, we lost to the defending state champs, or to the state champs. But hopefully nobody in our conference or sectional has 3 kids from another state move in, to help out this year. And so there's some really good teams in our conference and sectional, and you have to have a bit of luck. We have to stay injury free, which is always one of our biggest worries. And it's a grind. It's a 5-month, kind of season. And so you just hope that at the end of the year, you're playing your best basketball. COVID really hurt us last year at the end. We had a big game against Danville, Jeffersonville, and we were really cruising. And then we get shut down for 2 weeks. And I don't know that we ever really recovered from that. We just never really came back and played really well after that. So, again, it's a timing thing with COVID. The scary part is you could be cruising and get hit with it and not even get to play sectionals. So it takes a lot of luck. What we've done here in the past few years has been pretty remarkable considering how much luck it does take.
Is there anything else you would like to share with the Lady Lions supporters?
Just that we appreciate the support. We've had the best crowds, with the exception of last year, of course, but we always have the best crowds that you get for high school girls basketball. And we have a great group. It's probably the most fun group I've ever had. They keep you on your toes, and so come out and watch. They're a lot of fun, a lot of great kids. So we'll work hard and play hard.
Thank you for sitting down with me today, Coach Hickey.
Excuse me.
Make sure to catch the Lady Lions in action this Saturday for their first game at home versus Seymour. JV starts at 6 with varsity to follow. Make sure you also stop in before the game for our Lions Helping Lions Soup Dinner, sponsored by National Honor Society, FFA, Salem Cheerleaders, and Student Council. This fundraiser is in support of 3 very important members of our school battling cancer.
Thanks, Coach Hickey, for that interview. Boys' official first day of practice is this Monday. Go get 'em, boys. Their first game is Wednesday, November 24th at the school out west. We are adding a new segment for college basketball season. The men's and women's college season officially tips off next Tuesday. I will update you on games. Well, that's all for me. Now back to your anchors.
Thanks, Shields, for that Sports Minute. Really? Why do we call it the Sports Minute? It seems way longer than a minute.
Thank you for tuning in to the Salem Show from the Washington County Community Foundation Studios.
That concludes...
Wait.
What? I'm trying to wrap the show up.
Not only is the season changing, but also the time. So don't forget, Lion Nation, to set your clocks back 1 hour Saturday before you go to bed.
Well, I guess I can let you slide with the interruption since that was a pretty important announcement. So that concludes our sizzling 6th episode.
And remember, stay active, stay safe, and we'll see you guys later. Hoist the Jolly Rogers, and as always, fins up, fins forward. Should we redo that one at the end where I'm like, wait, and then we just sat? I know, but I thought I was supposed to talk about it is what it said, but maybe not.
Yikes!
Dun, 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 dun.
You did, you?
Do I need to explain what that is? An hour, right? Or what are we moving back to?